We had a really difficult day, obviously. Boy, nothing worked out the way we had wanted to other than the first couple drives. And then after that, we just weren't able to do enough to have a chance to win the game. And it didn't matter kind of what phase we were in. We just weren't good enough today. And we were ready to play and jacked up and all that. And then it turns out like that. It's just really a surprise. And we could talk about this, and you guys can ask your questions and stuff, but really our focus is gone on that game because it wasn't going to be on this game after we got in this locker room anyway with the game coming up next week. But everything's, comes down to the final week of the season. We're fortunate that we have a chance to play for a division this late in the year, and what's important for us is to and be disciplined about this so that we can turn our focus to that week and not be affected by what just happened. We're going to do that really well, and we already started, and the mentality has to go to getting on. There's nothing we can do about this thing. It was so many things that just weren't right for us today, that's kind of what it is. You can ask about guys about the game and stuff like that, but I ain't got much for you. But we did get both our running backs banged up today, and Chris and CJ both got hurt. And they will miss next. They're out. So we got to get to scrambling. Johnny's got to get to work and figure out what we're doing next. There's a lot of game for Homer to have to play by himself, so we obviously will make some moves here and figure some stuff out.
They're out for next week, both of them?
Yes.
What is Dwayne Brown's situation?
He needs to get his knee fixed. He tried like crazy to get through it this week and just couldn't. He did everything he could during the week and couldn't get it to quiet down. And he just needs to get his knee cleaned up. It's not a major surgery, but it's the discomfort is just he can't play. So he's going to get operated on tomorrow.
Are you expecting both running backs to be out further than next week?
Yes.
Going with Jamarco, I guess, is that kind of the long-term plan then?
Well, as it was the plan this week, and we were kind of holding out hope that Dwayne might, he's been able to shake it and be ready to come back at the end of the week, and he didn't make it, and so that just turned us to the next circumstances, and he just needs to get fixed up. So we declared that like on Saturday or Friday or something like that, and that Jamarco would be the next guy up, so that we can keep George in his role and do that. Well, we'll figure it out next week. I can't tell you what's going to happen.
Pete, what exactly is Chris's injury?
He did something to his hip. It's who had that injury before? Lano Hill. It's a similar injury to what Lano Hill had.
And CJ, his injury?
CJ broke his arm.
So would that be a fracture?
Let's call it that.
No, sorry, for Chris Carson.
I don't know what to call it.
You addressed
He's getting his test right now. Sorry.
You addressed the larger mentality moving forward, but after a game like this of so much attrition, how do you get the guys? We're going to figure out a way.
We're going to figure out a way. We're going to use all of the same tools that we use all the time mentally and to make sure that we can be disciplined about it and turn our focus on. We're going to, and I challenge these guys to do a remarkable job of doing that so that people who question your ability to do it can't believe when we do it. We'll try to show you improve it. 49ers look awesome. They're playing great football. They had a great win last week, and they'll be as great a test as we could play. And so disappointed that we didn't go into it with momentum, but we're going to recreate it here during the week.
Was Russell at all limited? There was some speculation that perhaps he wasn't 100% physical either.
He was fine.
The decision to call the timeout late in the first half when the Cardinals were out of timeouts, what went into that?
Yeah, just to see if there was, if we would have enough time to do something with it if we got the ball back. That was what it was amounted to, and want to make sure we made the right call also in that situation to get out and don't let them score a touchdown.
Is there confusion with Myers? It looked like you were talking with Myers on the sideline.
Yeah. Yeah, they got messed up front, and he just felt it would be better to take the delay than take the timeout. And I couldn't tell what was going on, and that's what wound up. We're supposed to kick the ball there, but we didn't. They were messed up there.
Sorry, those are two different scenarios. So that one plan was to kick the field goal, and he made the decision.
I picked that up too. Yeah.
He made the decision to. He didn't like how it was feeling.
Yeah. They're out of whack. We were out of whack with what was going on. I gotta leave it at that.
I'm sorry if this was already asked, but what did you think about Travis Homer's contributions today?
No, we weren't even close to asking about Travis Homer, so I appreciate you bringing that up. Travis, he worked his tail off today. He had to carry the whole load, and as well as special teams. You know, he's a focal point guy on teams as well. Still the personal protector on the punt team and all that. So he did a great job just to get through the game and finish for us.
How would you describe the pass protection?
Well, we had a terrible time today. We really did. We just. Chandler Jones, we went in the game knowing, and we tried chipping him and all kinds of different things, and we weren't able to keep him out of there. It was a really hard day, and I can't tell you, exactly there's any, because you would like to know what was the one thing. Okay, but there was not one thing, because we did a number of things to try to keep him from getting there, and he just had a huge day.
How do you think Ziggy Ozza and Michael Kendricks looked in their first games back?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you how good. I mean, they did fine. Michael made it through the game. That was great. Ziggy played a lot of football today, so that's good for us. We just need him on the field.
Can we clarify, is Carson out for the season or just into the playoffs, or do you know that yet?
I don't have that definitively, but my guys are telling me that, yes. They're saying that he's in, it looks like that. We'll get the final test back tomorrow.
And Pete, just for clarity on Dwayne, is there a chance he can return?
Yes. Yeah, it's a couple-week deal here, we think, if we're lucky. And so that's why we went ahead and rushed to it and try to get him back, because it was not showing signs of improving.
Jadeveon and Shaquille Griffin, how close were they to playing, and what do you think? I mean, hopeful for next week for each of those guys.
Yeah, both those guys were not right. They couldn't make it back. They both tried, and they weren't right to couldn't pass the test with the trainers, and so it wasn't even a tough call when we got down to it. We had held out hope that maybe they could turn the corner, but neither one of them did. And it's interesting that a few of our guys have, sometimes earlier in the season, you get to the end of the week and they can make it back. Here, these guys didn't in this case, and so we'll just see how that goes next week.
On that 3rd and 3, gave it to Travis Homer in the red zone after the blocked field goal. Was that 4-down territory in your head? Then you
Yeah,
went
it would have been.
backwards?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been. But we got knocked for a loss. Yeah, we had a couple plays there, but when we got knocked back, we said let's take the points and give us a chance to be within one and all that. So but that was not what we wanted to do. It's a fantastic block. I don't know who got the block, but it was a great play by the Rasheem got it. Boy, he continues to do good stuff. Good for him.
What kind of challenge is this, Pete? Losing Carson, losing Brown, and here you are at the crux of the season.
We do kind of like running the football, Yeah, it's a challenge. Really, John's got to get work. He's been, he has a plan, and he was already preparing for, every position that has a fallout where we go. And so we'll let you know when we get to it.
And Ayuk Potty, I know he came back, but what was his situation?
He had a stinger. Yeah, a stinger that he just sucked it up and was able to play. So they checked him out. He said he was okay, but he really did suck it up though.
You guys had three receptions by wide receivers, mostly pass pro.
Yeah, it was really protection related. We weren't able to get the ball off. We couldn't get the ball out to him, and I would think that Patrick did a good job on DK for the most part. We didn't get the ball to him at all. Tyler got one ball, I think, and so. But we just couldn't get the ball out. Russ couldn't do anything about it. It was a really hard day protection-wise.
Any thought to go for it on 4th and 1 when you sent Jason out in that your second drive?
Yes,
third drive?
we were thinking all through that. Yeah. After the 5-yard delay, there was no chance. Thank you.